Hello, Walker Valley. My name is Dana Cadonas.
And my name is Thomas Robinson. Today we'll be talking about a new deadly disease, a new Pfizer vaccine, and Hurricane Sam.
A deadly disease known as RSV is currently spiking in Tennessee right now, as if COVID isn't enough. The CDC warned us that RSV, also known as respiratory syncytial virus, is different from the COVID-19 virus and is rapidly spreading across the U.S. This virus can be deadly for infants and senior citizens. In the past, RSV has led to approximately 58,000 hospitalizations among children younger than 5 years old and 177,000 hospitalizations among adults aged 65 years and older. Symptoms of RSV in adults that you should look out for are upper respiratory tract infections, pharyngitis, cough, headache, fatigue, and fever. RSV is a seasonal virus that peaks during the winter, but health professionals are concerned about the hospitalizations of this virus on top of COVID hospitalizations.
Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla stated that if the FDA approves this new formulation of the vaccine, it's a matter of days before there is a shot available for children ages 5 to 11. He also said that within a year, he believes we will be able to come back to normal life, which doesn't mean new variants won't continue to appear, but as more Americans get the vaccine, more restrictions will be lifted.
Hurricane Sam was a severe Category 4 storm in the Atlantic Ocean. Sam now has a maximum sustained winds near 145 miles per hour with even higher gusts, but forecaster says it was at its peak. On Sunday night, Sam was well centered off the coast about 850 miles east-southeast of North Leeward Islands. According to the U.S. National Hurricane Center, it was traveling northwest at 7 miles per hour. This weekend, Sam will either turn to the west-northwest trail, which will bring him closer to the U.S. coast, or continue to slowly turn north according to AccuWeather. Now on to Andrew Johnson with our sports update.
Hello and welcome to sports. I'm Andrew Johnston. Here's what's on tap for today. First up, we have some scores from college football week 4. Number 2, Georgia rolled over Vanderbilt 62-0. Number 5, Iowa beat Colorado State 24-14. Number 9, Clemson fell to NC State 27-21. Tennessee fell to number 11 Florida at the Swamp 38-14. Number 1, Alabama easily rolled over Southern Mississippi 63-14. Number 21, UNC fell to Georgia Tech 45-22. And number 11, Ohio State rolled past Akron 59-7. That's all for your college football score update. Next up, we have some scores from the NFL's Week 3. The Panthers beat the Texans 24-9. The Chargers slid by the Chiefs 30-24. The Colts fell to the Titans 25-16. The Falcons barely slid by the Giants 17-14. The Packers beat the 49ers 30-28. The LA Rams slid past the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Buccaneers 34-24, and the Cardinals beat the Jaguars 31-19. And that's all for some scores from the NFL's Week 3. On a different note, the longest field goal in the NFL was kicked this weekend during the Ravens and Lions game. Justin Tucker, the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, kicked a 66-yard field goal to put the Ravens over the Lions. His 66-yard field goal kicked its way to an NFL record. 66 yards is the equivalent of 200 feet. The ball was kicked, it smacked the crossbar, and bounced behind the goal post, securing the win for the Ravens. Last up, we have Walker Valley sports. On Wednesday, our volleyball team will travel to Ray County and play at 4:15, 5:15, and 6:15. And on Thursday, the team will play Ray County again here at 4:15, 5:15, and 6:15. Also, our soccer team will play Signal Mountain at 5:30 and 7:15. Both sports will have their senior nights during their games. On Friday, our Mustangs football team will host Ray County at 7:30, so come out and support your Stangs. That's all for sports. I'm Andrew Johnston, and now on the Gaming Corner with Sam Gregory and Owen Stringfield.
I'm Owen Stringfield.
And I'm Sam Gregory.
And this is Gaming Corner.
If you don't watch
Season 3 of The Gaming Corner.
on the spill, I don't like you!
Today we will be talking about Shrek Super Slam, a fighting game released in 2005 by Activision on the PlayStation 2.
The main objective of the game is to hit your opponent with slam attacks. You do this by building Slammergy, which comes from fighting the opponents in just regular combat. Now, the person with the most slam attacks landed is the one who will eventually win the game.
The game features many playable characters from the Shrek film series, such as Shrek, Donkey, Gingerbread Man, Puss in Boots, but most importantly, Doris.
The game actually has a lot of professional tournaments that happen, and there's a well-listed tier list, the highest on the tier list being Gingerbread Man, except for Robin Hood, who is even higher on the tier list but happens to be banned because of how good they are.
In my opinion, I think the game is actually really fun. It's something that is quite possibly, even though there's a lot of fighting games out there, this is different than them just because of titles, of some of the things in the game, the way you can interact with like the surroundings and stuff. It's not two-dimensional, it's very 3D, and also the fact that you get to play as characters from the Shrek film series, but there's also like unlockable like side characters is a very cool aspect.
Yeah, and another thing about the game is that you're actually able to, like you said, interact with the environment, and that, whenever you land your slam attacks, you can send people through, like walls, like destroy the stairs and stuff like that, and I think that's very cool. So for the difficulty, we decided to rate this a 6 out of 10 for, it being kind of an older game, so it's kind of clunky. For the fun rating, we're going to give it probably an 8 because, it's just, it's fun to play with your friends, even though it's an older game, it's definitely fun. And for the Slammergy, we're going to definitely give it a 10 out of 10.
And that will bring our final rating to Shrek Super Slam, an 8 out of 10 from the Gaming Corner. So good job, Shrek Super Slam.
6 juveniles were arrested in connection to a series of vehicle thefts and the shooting of a Bradley County Sheriff's Office K-9 on Wednesday, September 22nd. They were arrested after one of the stolen vehicles was spotted parked on the side of the street. Charges on them include 15 accounts of auto burglary, conspiracy to commit auto burglary, theft over $10,000, and conspiracy to commit theft over $10,000, and attempted intentional killing of an animal. K-9 Joker is still undergoing treatment at an emergency animal clinic in Chattanooga.
This week is the last week before fall break to get all your grades in before the end of the first quarter. Students, please make sure that you're turning in your schoolwork so you don't get put into credit recovery. Talk to your teachers about getting your grades turned in.
School picture day is today. Pictures will be taken in the auditorium. Be sure to dress nicely for your picture because these will be the ones that go in our annual Walker Valley yearbook.
The menu for breakfast and lunch is looking good for tomorrow. There will be chicken biscuits for breakfast, and for lunch we'll be having chili cheese fries with tortilla chips in lines 1 and 2. In the sandwich lines, you'll be able to get the Mustang chicken sandwiches or grilled cheese with tater tots. We will be right back with the weather after a commercial break.
Rockin' Nutrition is a healthy choice for meal replacement shakes, loaded teas, iced coffee, specialty, and beauty drinks. We have over 100 drinks to choose from. Our teas and shakes have vitamins to help you focus and give you energy, while our beauty drinks contains collagen and biotin in them to strengthen your hair, skin, and nails. We are located right down the road from Walker Valley on Highway 11, right beside the Piggly Wiggly in Charleston. We are open from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. However, we have 3 more home games coming up. We are going to open our doors for each home game from 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. starting with this Friday, October the 1st, then again on October the 15th, and finally on October the 29th. Swing on by after the game and grab a shake. We look forward to seeing you out, and go Mustangs.
Good morning, Walker Valley. Your high for today is 85 with a low of 64. The humidity will be between 60 and 92%, and it'll be a nice sunny day. For Thursday, the high will be 85 degrees with a low of 64. It'll be partly cloudy with a small chance of rain. Friday will be a nice day with a high of 82 and a low of 64. It'll be warm with a few passing clouds. Anyway, the weather for the archaeological site of Machu Picchu, Peru will be rainy with a high of 74 and a low of 61. Thank you for tuning in. That's all for Weather's Weather. I'm Sam Weathers, and now on to an episode of Music Review with Seth Yarber and Richard Sewell.
Hello and welcome to Music Review. Today we're going to be talking about Michael Jackson.
We're going to talk about Michael Jackson today. You heard about Michael Jackson?
Listen to Michael Jackson, any?
Sure.
Sure? Michael Jackson was born August 1958 and he died June 2009. He was the proclaimed King of Pop, with his career starting in 1964 with the band Jackson 5. In 1971, Jackson had enough of family and he decided he was going to go solo. With Motown Records, it would take Michael Jackson about 8 years to produce an album that was worth anything. He would debut his first album, Off the Wall, which would contain tracks like Beat It, Billie Jean, and other songs that hit #1. In 1982, Michael Jackson would make his second big album, Thriller, which would remain at the top spot for 37 consecutive weeks. It would also become the best-selling album in American history. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson would take medication to help him sleep. Unfortunately, that night he would pass away due to cardiac arrest. The coroner determined that his death was actually homicide, and later that day, Robert Murray, Michael Jackson's doctor, would be arrested. Do you know who Michael Jackson is?
You heard about Michael Jackson?
Yes, I have indeed.
He's a pretty big underground rapper, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's the best at rapping.
You hear any of his new diss tracks?
No, can you tell me some?
Beat It's a pretty good diss track.
Yeah, Beat It is a good diss track. I need to go listen to that, huh?
All right, thanks for being on the spill.
My name is Danica Donez.
And my name is Thomas Robinson. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Walker Valley.